Namaste, dear viewers. Recently, we've received numerous requests from our YouTube channel audiences to discuss an important issue highlighted by a fast-rising travel vlogging couple, Carol and Max. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more travel content. Carol and Max are promising travel vloggers with a rapidly growing YouTube channel. Recently, they explored various beautiful locations in Nepal, sharing stunning visuals and stories. Their content is really promoting Nepal, and their travel journey is inspiring many to visit Nepal. After Nepal, their next destination was Vietnam. However, their journey took an unexpected turn while traveling from Nepal to Vietnam. They shared a video about their bad experience in Nepal's international airport. This video link is forwarded to us by many of our viewers, and this incident has highlighted an issue that is really important but rarely discussed. Carol and Max planned to travel from Nepal to Vietnam, having a transit flight at Delhi. But they were denied boarding the flight by airlines officials because they didn't have an Indian visa. They had their Vietnamese visas, but they were surprised to know that they needed an Indian visa, even though they were just transiting through India and had no plans to enter the country. Now, things got worse when they came to know that it takes 24 hours to get an Indian visa. Being denied boarding a plane and getting rejected mid-journey at a foreign land far away from home is one of the most nightmarish scenarios travelers face. They may be low on budget, not be able to afford a hotel room, book another plane ticket, or even buy food. Being stranded at airport like this is a sinking feeling like no other. This raises an important question. Why do travelers need a visa for a country they aren't even planning to enter, and just they have a layover there? Now let's discuss in detail. Yes, we may need a visa at stopovers where our flight will be in transit. This visa is required even if you are not entering the country. But this visa is different. It's called a transit visa, different from a tourist visa. A tourist visa lets you enter and explore a country. It's perfect for vacations and sightseeing. Transit visa is of two types, namely transit visa and an airport transit visa. During your transit, if you need to leave the international terminal, go through immigration, collect your baggage, leave the airport, change airports, or stay overnight while waiting for the next connecting flight, you will need a transit visa. A transit visa allows travelers to enter a country for a short period during their transit. The visa can range from a few hours to a few days, depending on the country's rules. To apply for a transit visa, you'll need a valid passport, proof of onward travel, and sometimes additional documents like proof of accommodation or a visa for your final destination. An airport transit visa is required for certain nationalities, depending on the country's regulations. This visa allows you to stay within the international transit area at the airport without clearing immigration or leaving the airport while waiting for your connecting flight. It's for travelers who are just passing through and not officially entering the transit country. It's typically valid for a short period, usually not exceeding 24 hours. To obtain this visa, you'll need a valid passport, confirmed onward flight tickets, and sometimes a visa for your final destination. So, what's the main difference? An airport transit visa keeps you confined to the airport's international transit area, while a transit visa allows you to enter the country for a short stay. How to know if you will need a transit visa or an airport transit visa? To determine whether you need a transit visa or an airport transit visa, check whether you'll need to go through immigration clearance or not at the transit airport. If you do, it means you're officially entering the country. In this case, you'll require a transit visa, regardless of whether you plan to leave the airport or not. Here, an airport transit visa won't work. Now, whether you need to go through immigration clearance at a transit airport depends majorly on whether you purchased a single ticket or separate tickets to your final destinations. Let's understand single ticket and separate tickets. When you book a single ticket, all your flights from the departure point to the final destination are connected under one ticket number, even if you have different airlines or multiple transits. It makes the process much easier. So, you won't need to exit your transit terminal, clear immigration, claim your baggage, and go through security checks again for another flight. Here, you won't need a transit visa for that layover country, and only an airport transit visa will be sufficient. Separate tickets means you have booked a separate ticket from departure to transit, and separate ticket from transit to destination. So, different tickets for each flight. In this way, you need to clear immigration, claim your baggage, and go through security again at layover airports. Here you are required to have a transit visa, as you will be leaving the international transit terminal. This seems to be the case with Carol and Max. They had different tickets from Nepal to India and India to Vietnam. So, they had to clear immigration to get on the next flight, and for it they needed an Indian visa, which they didn't know about. One important thing to consider is, the need for either visa depends on your nationality and the regulations of the country you're transiting through. Before your next international trip, always check the specific visa requirements for all countries involved in your journey, including those for layovers, and stay well informed. This can save you from unexpected hassles and ensure a smooth travel experience. We would like to share with you another case of a female Canadian traveler. She flew from Canada to India and then continued her journey to the beautiful Maldives. Everything was going smoothly until it was time to return home. The traveler planned to fly back to Canada with a layover in India. However, she encountered an issue. She was stopped at the Maldives airport and not allowed to board the plane to India. She was basically not allowed to enter India. The reason was, she had a single entry visa for India. This means she could enter India only once, which she had already done at the start of her journey. Now, on her return, she was unable to enter India again and was stranded in Maldives. She needed to quickly find a solution to get back to Canada. To resolve this issue, she had to go to the Indian embassy in the Maldives to apply for a new Indian visa. Once she obtained the visa, she could transit through India and finally return to Canada. These both experiences highlights the importance of understanding visa requirements, especially when dealing with entry and transit rules and of course layovers. Always check if you have the correct type of visa for your entire journey, including any layovers. Whether it's a single entry, multiple entry, or transit visa, knowing the details can save you from being stranded and facing unexpected travel disruptions. We'd like to thank Carol and Max for bringing this important issue to light, helping many travelers become more aware of such regulations. We would like to request all our viewers to please do subscribe their YouTube channel. If you found this information useful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more travel tips and guides. Safe travels, and see you in the next video.